Welcome to my kitchen, my friends. Today we're going to be making a beef stew with Asian seasonings. Let's see how this recipe comes out. We have 3 pounds of beef stew that we have to season with salt and pepper to taste. Be careful with the salt. There are some other ingredients in this recipe that have high salt content, so we have to be careful when seasoning. Mix very well. Once seasoned, let's set aside and continue with our recipe. Let's start by heating 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a stock pot, but make sure to use an oil that is not very strong in flavor, like extra virgin olive oil, for example. Once hot, let's add a medium-sized onion cut in julienne. Once the onion is turning soft, let's turn down the heat from high to low, and I will be adding shredded ginger. I used a piece of about the size of a large clove of garlic and shredded. I will also be adding 4 cloves of garlic that I cut in thin slices, somewhat like shavings. We need half a teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice. At about half a minute later, after having added the last ingredients and moving this mix, let's add 2 cups of beef broth. Now I'm adding half a cup of dry cherry. We need 1 ounce of soy sauce and half a teaspoon of sesame oil. We turn our heat to high until we get a boil like this, and then we'll turn it back down to medium low, and now it's time to add our beef. And remember, we have 3 pounds of beef that we're adding. Now we're gonna cover this and let it simmer for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. We have been simmering this for about 2 hours, and now I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to slightly thicken this sauce, and I'm going to be using some of the same broth to mix it with the cornstarch. I'm going to mix this very well, and then I'm going to pour this into the broth. Now let's add this cornstarch and broth mixture into the stew and incorporate it very well. It's time to add 1.5 pounds of sweet potatoes into our stew. Now we cover and cook for about half an hour or so until the sweet potatoes are tender. At about half an hour, our sweet potatoes are ready. They're tender. You may need to raise the temperature a little bit to get them properly tender. And now I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of fish sauce. Finally, we will add 1.5 pounds of bok choy, a vegetable very widely used in the Asian cuisine. I covered it, simmered for about 5 minutes, and our stew is finally ready to serve. I am serving myself a bowl of this delicious stew. Finally, I am going to garnish with green onions that I have chopped like this, and we're done. My friends, I couldn't really stop. I ate all this stew. It is amazing. I hope you guys can make it. Please subscribe and share the video with your friends and family. And like always, I'll be seeing you on the next video.